Hello, everyone. Sarah here. Today, we're going to be diving into a big topic, an important topic, and it was prompted by a recent experience. What in life is not prompted by our own experiences? Because that really taps and tunes into ourselves. We are human beings, and we inevitably think about ourselves a lot. And with the work that I do, it has been so deeply, powerfully transformative in my own life. And that is why I wholeheartedly, I mean, literally with my whole heart, believe in it, and every fiber and every cell of my being, believe in its value and its worth. And I've created a life where I'm able to allow others to receive that as well for themselves because of the personal journey that I went through and on through my past. Coming from an experience of childhood emotional neglect, having that lead to narcissistic relationships. I mean, I often say I wouldn't wish the narcissist on the narcissist. It's hell. It is hell on earth. It's living hell. And there's so much power in our words. And there's so much power in the words that are in our body, are in our mind, connects to, attaches to, and translates to. I shared a recent post and had a huge double-sided experience. And it was a post that actually was shared about a year ago. And it was a very true one. It's one that I would not share if it weren't true for me and if it weren't true for others that have gone on this transformation and this journey as well. And the post was simple. It was very simple. It was very basic. And it was also very illuminating for a lot of people. The post was, if physical wounds can heal quickly, so can emotional ones. And boy, did that start some stuff. If physical wounds can heal quickly, so can emotional ones. And if you think about it, in its purest, most simple form, the body is what we're talking about. The connection to the body, the mind, the heart, and the soul. We don't live in this universe. And we're not one-dimensional beings. We live in a multiverse. I mean, if you've ever taken a look at anything that's out there, right, in space, it's not a universe. There's not one dimension, and there's not one dimension to us. We are so powerful, so creative. There are so many things going on within us that we don't even know. And most of us don't even understand the depths of our own power. And it's the feeling of the lack of that power and the misunderstanding and the misinterpreting of things because of inner unhealed wounds and past traumas that are still within us that we're still holding on to. And if your body can heal physically quickly, what's the difference between a different kind of wound, a physical wound and an emotional wound? It's a wound. What the difference is in our beliefs. The difference is in the subconscious beliefs that we have, and our subconscious beliefs get jaded, altered, twisted, torn. They become filled with pain, filled with shame, filled with guilt, filled with negativity, filled with limitations because of our experience and what we've gone through. So if we're looking at it as a wound, what's the difference? If our body can quickly heal a physical wound, and our body has the ability, it has the power, it has the capability to tap into those healing powers that clearly are within us, and there's nothing that we need to do about it. If I get a cut on my finger, I don't need to sit there and tell my body, heal, 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 heal. It simply does it because it's simply what it does. What's the difference in a wound? So some of the comments I got, and I debated, right, taking it down, but it was just so empowering to see the experiences that people were having and their connection to it and their reactions to it. And there were so many comments. There were people that I've worked with who went on and shared their experience. And there was a comment that said, most people won't get this unless they've experienced. And this is a transformational experience. It's called transformational healing, and it's an experience. It's not just words. It's not just funny catchphrases. Most people won't get this, and most people didn't. unless they've experienced deep subconscious healing that disconnects the trauma from the mind and the body, which most traditional methods don't do. And there were just so many of my clients who hopped on here and said, Sarah's phenomenal at yanking years and decades of shit out. And that's the emotional shit. That is the limiting and negative subconscious beliefs that you have about yourself that have you connected to the emotional pain, the spiritual pain that create the physical pain that you feel within. And leaving behind a fresh new you, able to start creating the life that you truly deserve and desire to live. You save lives. And in the comments to that, I shared a link to success stories of hundreds of people that I've worked with over the years who've experienced this inner healing, rapid, fast transformation and healing of those emotional wounds that they carried for decades. It does not matter how long you've carried them. But it naturally and logically makes sense that the longer you've carried them, you think the longer it will take to heal them. But that is simply a belief. It's a belief that you've been carrying, a limiting, a constricting, a negative belief that you have about the ability and the power that your mind, your body, your heart, and your soul have to work for you, and a belief that they're working against you. And I know because I've experienced it myself, and there are other people on here too, and I'm not going to read all of them, but it was really sad. It was eye-opening, and it was quite sad to how much emotional pain people are carrying through their lives. And it gave this fire inside of me. This is why you do what you do. There was a moment of processing it, of the projection of other people's inner unhealed wounds and emotional pain that almost rejected that. And there was a sense of, Sarah, there's so clearly such a big need for this, such a big need as a collective to shift, to heal our inner emotional wounds, to release and let go of the baggage that we've been carrying that make it so easy to sit behind and type behind, on a phone or a keyboard or a computer or a laptop and just fire off negativity and fire off limited thinking and fire off this fixed, boxed mindset. This is my belief, and I'm inside this box with my beliefs, and I'm holding on to it for dear life, because if I let go of it, what do I have to hold on to? And a fear, a deeply rooted subconscious fear of what that would mean about you if you let go of that. And that is the journey and the process and the evolution, is to letting go of that, but not just letting go of that and being alone and you're letting go. To reconnect with joy, with truth, with love, with happiness, with power, with personal power, and to be able to share that ability and that experience with other people, to lift them up, to light them up, not to just be a part of the problem and holding people down and keeping people stuck in their shame and projecting their own pain onto people. So it was really interesting in processing this with a colleague to have her say these words to me that deeply resonated. It's so easy for people to be keyboard warriors. And I thought, oh my God. That is a part of this collective experience in the society that we're living in today. It is so easy for people to be keyboard warriors. And there was something in her saying that just so deeply resonated. When I was in the deepest and darkest places of my past emotional pain, when I was with the narcissist, we were keyboard warriors with each other. I actually have old cell phones still, and I keep them because there are pictures of my daughter when she was very, very young on them. And there are also messages from the narcissist to and from myself to the narcissist, from the narcissist to me, of evidence of both of us engaging in this practice of being a keyboard warrior. And when you go through those messages, I mean, it's been years since I have, I don't need to, there's no energetic connection to that anymore, but there was this, oh my God, that used to be me. Who was I when that was me? Who I was when that was me, when I was a keyboard warrior. I could have won awards for my keyboard warriorness, firing off messages from a place of deep emotional pain, firing off messages from a sense of just deep disconnection and disbelief in myself, believing if I couldn't control the situation or get that person to love me or get them to see this a certain way, the way that I saw it, that I wouldn't be okay, that I didn't have a place and worth and value in this world, and deeply believing those things about myself, that I wasn't good enough, that it was always going to be this way, that there wasn't life after this or better than this. And from those deep emotional pains and wounds, I was so quick at firing back. I would stay up all hours of the night to fire back. And I was an expert keyboard warrior. And that came from such deeply rooted pains, such negative, limiting, constricting beliefs about myself. I did not believe that I deserved to be loved or happy, that I deserved life better than the one that I had, which was deeply rooted in emotional abuse and trauma, that was okay with and allowed myself to be with someone who treated me honestly worse than what the dog does in the backyard, that gets left, maybe picked up if the smell gets too bad. I was treating myself that same way. And when I was behind the keyboard, it was like the phone or the computer was this screen of protection, this wall of protection. And we do that when we're in that place of deeply rooted emotional pain. We hide behind these walls of protection. We use them. But behind that is someone deeply hurting. And there's this sense of, look at, I can take a selfie, I can smile, and post that for all the world to see so that we can hide behind the fakeness, hide, pretend, project. And there's pain in everyone who's living the way that they're just a keyboard warrior. And there's pain in admitting. That is the first step to true healing, to true transformation, admitting. And that is a really, really, really difficult step to take, a place to step into, place to step onto, admitting that I don't like what you said, because if that's possible, the way that I've been doing things for so long means that I've been doing things wrong. And if I've been doing things wrong, all in an effort to try and do things right so that I feel good about myself, so that I can feel connected with myself, so that I feel that I have a place in this. And what you said is taking me out of that, is making me think about things, is having me question things, is having me look at and view things from a different angle, another perspective. And it's from that angle that, oh my God, it was me standing in that place. You mean there's another way? There can't possibly be a different way or another way. One that you're saying is faster, is better, is easier. No, that can't possibly be, because then that means that the way that I've been being is wrong. And there's pain in being wrong. There's so much deep emotional pain in being wrong and feeling like you've been standing in the wrong place. And there might be another way. Such a big topic. This keyboard warrior and firing off. And it had me reflect back on the times that I was that, and who the narcissist was in the relationship, and the context of the emotional turmoil that I experienced. And I can only imagine that everyone who behaves that way is experiencing as well. Complete disconnect, embodiment of emotional pain, embodiment of not belonging, embodiment of shame, embodiment of guilt, embodiment of frustration, embodiment of feeling stuck and feeling powerless and helpless. And that is this small, tiny, minuscule little moment of power. I'm going to fire off and then I'm going to leave. I experience this pain. I'm triggered by it. I'm going to give it to you, like the game of hot potato. Here, you take it. You feel bad about yourself, because what you just said caused me for a moment to evaluate where I was at, the place that I was standing, caused me to evaluate that. And I didn't like what I saw. And if there may be a different way, That means the way that I've been is wrong. And I don't like that. I'm going to give that back to you. And it's so easy to sit behind a keyboard and just warrior off. And there's other words for it, right? Trolls or whatever. And there's so many ways that this is just acceptable and okay in today's society. And it's like, I don't even know this person who I'm projecting my own pain and hurt onto. And this is a person that's telling me, wow, there could be another way. And is getting me to evaluate and to see or to contemplate that or think about that. And that means I'm wrong. So no, I'm going to give you the pain that I'm feeling and then walk away. There's power in sitting. There's power in presence. There's power in reflecting. There's power in going within. And the deeply powerful transformational work, when you go within your body, when you go within your own subconscious mind, within the beliefs that you have, and you remove the painful ones, you remove the ones that are limiting, you replace the ones that are negative with ones that are powerfully positive. You no longer find that urge, that impulse, that trigger to be a keyboard warrior. And there's power in that, because in that you find, you experience, you receive love for yourself, and you believe that you're worthy and deserving of having and experiencing and receiving that love. And that what you have within is that what you have to give. So if you're finding that you're living in the state of being a keyboard warrior and using these electronic shields of protection, the phones, the laptops, and you're someone in that state, I invite you to take a look at it. I invite you to take a look at what may be causing that, what beliefs you may have about yourself when someone says something that you disagree with, and you fire off and you unleash your inner pain on them, all in the name of trying to make yourself feel a little bit better just for a moment. That never makes you feel better, ever, because what you put out comes back. What you have within is what you have to give. And if what you have to give is constantly telling people that they're wrong when they're saying could be a different way, and they're simply extending an invitation to maybe look at it from another perspective, a different angle, telling you there is a different way and sharing with you, you don't have to live in that pain. What if you were to go on a deep, powerful, transformational journey within and heal all of that, heal and disconnect from the energy and the emotion, the experiences that you've had in the past that are causing your present to live in this way, that are causing you to live in this keyboard warrior state. There's a false sense of power in that. And then you feel the low from that high, all because you hurt someone else, because you're hurting yourself. Oh, my invitation to you, to everyone, especially after allowing that to process, being on that thread. And I was just so grateful that there was a healthy balance of those who got it because they've experienced it, and those who've yet to, and the invitation to. You don't have to go. You don't have to accept the invitation, but you do have to live with yourself. And if you're putting pain out there and you're unwilling to look at the answer to that question, what does that mean about you? The state and the space that you're in and where you're coming from. And you don't like that. So you fire back when you were never fired at in the first place. So if you find that you are in that state yourself, you're connected to other people in that state, like I was years ago, and you find that, you know what, I can't do anything to stop or change or fix them, but I'm ready to go within. I'm ready to go within that part of me that has me connected to that, to completely reprogram it, to experience healing, deep, powerful subconscious healing within myself, so that I am not like that. So I am a light in this world, that I'm not one of the ones pulling others into the darkness. Like the story and the metaphor of the crab, right? There's a bucket, there's crabs in it, and the one is trying to get out. They're stuck in there. They're constricted. They're climbing, they're clawing all over each other. And there's one that's like, I want to get out of here. And they may make their way crawling on top of people up to the journey of the top, and then just before they get out are pulled back down into the bucket, stuck in the darkness. And if you find that that's the state you're in and you're ready to truly be free, to get out of that emotionally, mentally, spiritually, energetically, that was the invitation. The invitation to allow your body to heal itself emotionally as quickly as it heals itself physically, because it can and it does, as long as you allow it, as long as you accept the invitation, as long as you show up, as long as you go to the party. And it may be that all those painful experiences you've had, life has been handing you invitations to another party to see things a different way, to have a different experience, one where you can get out of that pain, one where you can get out from behind the mask, the wall of protection that you use electronics on the screen as, and to really take a deep dive within yourself and to truly live from a loving, kind, compassionate, joyful place and experience life in a whole new way. It truly is transformational, and it really is an experience. It's not just words. Our words are often a reflection of our inner experience. And when your words are firing back as if someone's fired a shot at you, you're triggered, you're wounded. I wonder if they were just handing you an invitation and you felt that you didn't deserve to experience anything better, anything different. I wonder if there's a sense of worthiness there, that those inner emotional pains and wounds that have been left unhealed have grown. And now every time you receive an invitation that I don't deserve to go, no. And that's the stuff that's deeply embedded within you, that your subconscious mind has filed and locked away. And that's the stuff that causes the projection of the pain, that causes the actions of being the keyboard warrior. So the invitation was to rapidly and quickly get to the very core and the very root of the emotional pains, to allow your body to do what it does naturally, to heal it very quickly. If you find that you're in that state and you're ready for that, I'd love to connect. Until then, know that I can handle it. And those that I've worked with are able to handle it in a way now with so much more kindness, grace, love, compassion, and gratitude, with a truly deep understanding that hurt people try and hurt people. And when you're a person who no longer hurts from your own pains, wounds, and traumas from the past, you find yourself in a space of having compassion for those that still do. And the post was an invitation to look within. So if that's what you're ready for, I would love to connect. You can find more information using the links in the description below this video. And until then, wherever you're at along your journey, I hope this video finds you well and meets you with love. All right, guys, that's it for today. Bye for now.